What up everyone, it's Lexi, and in today's episode of Train Insane Velocidrone, we're going to be discussing one of the most requested obstacles, a dive gate. And by dive gate, I mean going down dive and also going up. So be sure that you will be paying attention to all of the signs and everything. As you may have guessed, we are in the brand new studio right now. Although I do have to give you a little bit of a disclaimer, this is still work in progress, and along with the live streams and the videos, you will see some of the progress made in this room. And I'm sorry if the sound is a little bit off. I still can hear myself, like a little bit of an echo in this room, and we are working on it as we speak. So as you may imagine, I just set up my desk to make videos and edit videos and work and stuff like this, because this is super important. And then I was like, hey, we need to make a Velocidrone video, so here we are. As always, there's a couple of informations I want to share with you, but to speed up the process, I have decided to just put a little disclaimer on your screen. If you want to know anything about it, just stop this video right here. And see, now it was so much quicker. So now, dive gates. Let's go. So just a little bit of FYI, so I have put a little bit of a paper on my radio here, so you will not have light changes on the switches, which should work perfectly well, at least I hope. So yeah, let's try it out. Dive gates are a little bit more of an advanced obstacle in drone racing, and they have to be taken extremely seriously because they are pretty dangerous for your drone, I have to say that. So they can go from up to down, or eventually like here, from down to up. So it happens both ways on drone racing tracks. Usually at this point I'm showing you 3 ways of approaching this obstacle, but this time I want to talk about the mistakes made in level 1 and level 2 and show you how to do it properly on level 3, because I think the timing might not be the best, and instead I want to show you more of what to do. So level 1. Usually when you see the dive gate for the first time, you're like, oh, how am I supposed to approach this? So there's a lot of people who are trying to just like kind of fall through it or look at it and kind of try to get it on the sides and things like this, and just bump into it and kind of be like, oh yeah, I'm going through, yes, I went through. And it's totally okay, but it requires a lot of training. Some people also are trying to literally go really up and dive it like a building, which is making problem because, as you can see, I hit the floor here. So in this situation, either your battery plugs out or your drone is destroyed, or other things may happen, which is something that you don't really want to do. You don't really have to be super high to hit this gate. And now, as you can see, this one also has up, so we will be going up straight from this gate. So beginner usually tries to go here and kind of go through, go up, kind of use the throttle to go through it, like go through and then you kind of add throttle to go up, and it doesn't necessarily work. So you are trying to kind of like go through, and when it works and it's fine. Now in the intermediate version, people are kind of like just after when someone tells you you should take it from a side. So there's a lot of people who are just kind of going around those gates and going through them like this. And it's also totally okay if you cannot find your lane and you just wanna kind of swirl into it. It's fine, it works. Now with this one, the problem is that you kind of have to use more of a pitch right here. So intermediate people usually try to really like see that through, and they go. So when you see a gate, you go through and it's fine. Now, what I want you to go into is to make sure that you are smoothly going through the gates. And you don't have to be really high to go through them, depending on the type of a gate, of course. Not every single one of them is angled like this. And this is basically it. Now, let me describe to you how to do it properly. We will be using all 4 of the sticks, but I want you to keep them kind of in a field position, which means we will not be using too much of a throttle. So look at this, we're gonna do it slow. So whenever you are going from a turn, like here, you can just keep your sticks at one direction. As you could see, I haven't really moved my sticks much, but we can also do it from the other side, if you are wondering if it works both sides. See? and I'm not using much of a throttle, I'm not using much of a pitch. I'm actually correcting some of my movements with pitch when I see that I am too close to the flow. I'm mostly working with the throttle, so I'm trying to kind of keep this as safe and as smooth as possible. So you can actually train just on this one, you can train it on both sides, and it's totally okay. Now here I just did like a little slowdown, so there's like a little corkscrew here. And now this gate is a little bit different because it allows you to kind of jump in through. So what you can do is either do this, so you kind of get straight into a gate and leave the throttle, which is the easiest thing to do if you have a lot of power or more of control. If you have a lot of power or control over your drone, you can just get it down and it's done. What you can also do is to use your pitch a little bit. So you kind of like dip it with the pitch right here, but just a little. As you are learning, you will figure out the style for yourself. I actually kind of combine both of those. So I kind of use throttle, kind of use the pitch. It depends only on you. When you reverse the dive gate, looks like this. So it kind of has the opening that's kind of angled. It's easy to just approach it, and when you see the opening, just add more throttle and a little bit of pitch down. So then you kind of look at the sky more. What you can also do is to add a little bit of more pitch. So whenever you are doing, like, try to kind of power loop it, but a little bit easier. So you kind of add pitch and just go through. What you can also do is a little bit of a hybrid, so you kind of add throttle and pitch a little bit, so as in this example. Or if you feel mostly comfortable with this, you can kind of like loop it on the side, which is totally okay. It is a little bit slower than the other ones. If it's something comfortable for you and makes you go through the obstacle faster, then this is what you should be doing, but training the other thing in the meantime, of course. Now, let me show you how to go through this track properly without talking. That's all I had for you today. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to leave this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends who are also learning how to do dive gate. If you have any questions, leave me a comment down below. I'm trying to answer every single one of them. And also, since we're on it, let me know what is the hardest part of doing this for you. Is it the reversed dive? Is it the normal dive? And why? You have to let me know, really, you have to. Remember to play it in the Nemesis mode to get the most out of the training, because it really helps to have little ghosts of people who are also doing the same thing. That's all I had for you today, but I will see you in the next one. Stay awesome, fam. Bye! Hi! I hope you enjoyed this series, and if you do, don't forget to check out the videos that I'm showing you right here and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. If you find that this series is giving you a lot of value, maybe consider joining the Patreon. That will give you an access to our Discord chat and much more than this. So yeah, that's it. Thanks!